where the opposition party in Zimbabwe, Citizens Coalition for Change, has held a presser the day after the elections to discuss irregularities. CCC spokesman Promise Mkwananzi said the electoral process is fundamentally flawed and is unable to produce a free and fair electoral outcome. He added that the information they have is that the party is leading on the presidential election comfortably and doing well in the parliamentary election.
Beforehand, feel that the electoral process is fundamentally flawed and is unable to produce a free and fair electoral outcome. Nonetheless, we knew this beforehand, and we've prepared ourselves to win an unfree and unfair election. So far, the information we have is that we are leading on the presidential election comfortably, and we are doing well on the parliamentary elections. Still on the ballots.
And for more on this, we're joined by Dr. Wurayai Zembe, President of the Democratic Party. He's joining us from Harare, the capital city of Zimbabwe. Thank you so much, Doc, for joining us on the program. But I'd like to ask you, does the Democratic Party share the same sentiments about the conduct of the elections like the CCC is holding?
Thank you very much. Of course, the Democratic Party endorsed the presidential candidature of Advocate Nelson Chamisa, and also endorsed all the candidates that are sponsored by CCC in parliamentary and local government elections, because the Democratic Party and its members are citizens of Zimbabwe. So we have coalesced with fellow Zimbabweans. Yes, the sentiment that has been expressed by the spokesperson of CCC, very much shared by us, because we are having an electoral, a chaotic election in Zimbabwe. The reason being that the constitutional and legal framework is not people-based, it's not citizens-driven. And as you know, that the 2013 Constitution was authored by Robert Gabriel Mugabe, the former president of ZANU-PF and the head of state. And that Constitution fights the right of the people to elect a government. So we're having parallel systems here. That the Constitution and the ZANU-PF leadership are an obstacle to a people's free democratic election. People are embarked on an electoral, so you find that way electorally. There is a conflict of two systems. The people-driven, citizens-driven system, which existed before the current constitutional and legal order.
Right.
And the system that has introduced the chaos in this country, it has failed to deliver a free and fair, credible election.
Right.
But the people will not stop.
Dr. Zembe, I want us to look at some things that have happened. Perhaps one of them, as that's all time will allow. We know that the police have arrested about 41 observers of the elections, claiming that they were manipulating election results in favor of the opposition. What do you make of this accusation the police are making against the opposition?
That is a lie. That is a blatant lie. What the NGOs have just done, those two non-governmental organizations are interested players registered in terms of the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission laws. Those organizations have an interest in elections. And what they were doing is actually to do a parallel collection system, by collecting data in terms of results that are posted publicly on polling stations. And that parallel process is based on what has become public knowledge. And incidentally, the chairperson of ZEC, Justice Chigumba, has just also remarked that there's nothing unlawful about the two organizations compiling a parallel collecting system. In other words, consolidating the results from a polling station into a ward, and then from wards into constituency, and then from the constituency into the national.
Indeed.
There's nothing unlawful.
Doc, I'm afraid we'll have to leave our conversation here, unfortunately, because of time constraints. But thank you so much for joining us here on the news.